Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. As part of my most recent delivery product unboxing earlier tonight, I got the Plum Island Horror from GMT Games in that delivery. It's a cooperative horror game, so in this video, we're going to crack the box open and see what all we've got in here. And we're going to start off by taking a look at the back. October 24th, year unknown. A superstorm slammed into Plum Island off the east coast of the United States and plunged the island into a particularly horrifying apocalyptic nightmare. The island's secret biological research facility suffered catastrophic damage and was quickly inundated with a horrifically lethal mixture of chemicals. The poor souls who succumbed to the toxins were reanimated as monstrously altered mutations, but the true horror was yet to come. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. It's this I want to zoom in on. The Plum Island Horror is a 1 to 4 player game featuring tactical level unit management and tower defense style survival through cooperative play. 3 unique decks of cards, Event, Search, and Fate, drive gameplay, and variable turn order keeps players on their toes as they attempt to save Plum Island. Each player will control one of 6 unique factions, which represent the various groups that populate Plum Island. Each of these factions has its own strengths and weaknesses, which encourages players to optimize for the group's strengths and marginalize its weaknesses in a new way each game. Saving Plum Island will require careful coordination and strategic synergy, which, when executed with precision, might just be enough to evacuate a city under siege and contain the horrific outbreak that threatens to spread beyond the island itself. If the players can succeed, they will win together, and the world will most likely be none the wiser to the averted crisis. If not, they will lose together and share the blame equally for failing humankind. As we see, it's a 14-plus game, ages, players 1 to 4, playing time 45 minutes per player, complexity at a 3, solitaire suitability nice and high at a 9. So let's crack this open and see what all we've got in here. Grab my knife. Put it right there. Get in there. There we are. Okay. Get the shrink wrap off. Shrink wrap can hit the garbage. After which we'll crack this open and see what all... We can probably zoom out just a touch now and we'll see what we've got in here. We're greeted by what looks like the rulebook. We'll give that a thumb through. It doesn't feel too thick. Reference guide, which that can get out of the... Well, let me take a look at this. Okay, looks like it's got... special units and example of play in here. I was expecting this to be like, okay, there's a glossary in here too. I was expecting this to be like a rules reference or something like that. But we can get that out of the way. And we're graded by our factions. We've got the Greenport Township, all single-sided. The Islanders Athletic Club. Horror Mutations. Plum Island Constabulary. Took me a minute to pronounce that. PIRL Security Services. The National Guard. NPC units. And the Neighborhood Watch. We'll move all of those out of the way. We'll move the guide over here as well, the reference guide. Game round track, which is also not double-sided. Good to know there. Reference on the VIP civilians. And a quick reference. Punch board. And the other side of that. Looks like there are... Of course it won't say how many sheets of punch board there are in here. We've got our second sheet. Okay. Third sheet. I'm trying not to punch anything until I'm ready for it. In the back of that. Fourth sheet of punch board. Without dropping it. There's supposed to be one for the war room on here. Maybe it's still... I might have overshot. I might have overlooked it too. Oh, war room furniture. There we are. I knew there was something on there because the guys were harping on that. And a fifth sheet of punch board. Probably part of the variable turn order. Here's our mounted board. We'll open that all the way up. Got our cubes. Dice. Baggies. Two bags. I imagine the rule book will tell us what those are for. Standees. Our cards, which look to be normal sized. Not too many in here either. Those will need to get sleeved though. Insert, which I'm going to save some time now and tell to get bent. Especially once I get everything punched and sorted, that's not going to fly. And I'm going to need more copies of all of this in nothing flat. Let's bring that out of the way. We'll open up the board. It is not double-sided. Oh boy. So I think the way we're going to probably want to lay this out, I'm trying to zoom it out, I'm trying to back up. I think the easiest way I'm going to probably do this is to turn the board to its side like so. That's what I have to do with most of these GMT boards, is I usually have to turn them flat like that so I can get them on camera. And now I can bring it up to the normal spot. So we're going to have so it looks like we're going to have the tracks starting on. So I'm presuming everything's supposed to be set up to normally move toward you, but with this table it's going to be easier to have the track start off on one side and then move to the other side of the board. But it looks like the board looks pretty good. Yeah, we can get that out of. We can pull that out of shot now, and we'll give the rule book our cursory thumb through once I start getting some of this stuff put back away. I don't want to start. I'm trying to be careful with not punching not starting to punch anything until I'm ready for it. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to wait before I close everything up. Mostly because I want to make sure I get the rule book back in here as well. But let's go ahead and bring the rule book back in shot. We should be able to move the camera back up to the table. There we go. Tip down just a touch. Zoom, and we'll give the rule book our cursory thumb through. It's not glossy paper. That was probably an intentional design choice. 30 some odd pages with a little intro. And it looks like they're advertising an index. Right, game overview with a component list. Combat dice, all of that. Setup instructions. Okay. More setup. Okay. Gameplay, sequence of play. This does look like it's going to be a pretty fun game. I'm eager to get this one punched and get it to the table, but I don't know if it's going to be this weekend where I get it to the table because I got a few other things I want to get to this weekend. Plus, I need to take a maintenance night on this one to get everything punched and organized. Probably need to do that for Assassin's Creed as well. But that's for me to figure out later. That's for me to figure out later. We'll just continue thumbing through this here. Okay. Okay. All right. Then our index. And there's our, and looks like there's another little quick reference thing on the back there. Okay, cool. So that's everything in the box for Plum Island Horror. Let me bring that back in. We'll get everything back in. One more. Ah, there it is. I was looking for one more stack of cards. Okay. Hang on a second. There we go. Alright. And that is everything in the box for the Plum Island Horror. One of Herman Lettman's newest games. So that will do it for this product unboxing video. For what's scheduled on the channel, I'm expecting the campaign intro for the winter campaign in Arkham Horror, the card game, to go up tomorrow. Then Saturday we'll start Mystical Munchies out of the Cooking with Deadpool cookbook with the appetizer. Look at them puppies. Sunday we'll have the first scenario for the winter campaign. And Wednesday next week we're playing Aeon's End. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.